Let's see how we're doing here. If I get this to set enough. Okay, yeah, this is starting to set and stick. If I don't put a whole lot of pressure on it, we could keep going. Well, some of it is. I gotta wait a little bit on this end piece. I might have to sand that down a little bit. See, I filled all the cracks in over here, and as it solidifies, it's enough to make a little bit of bridge to fill the little gaps in, and it'll solidify a little bit better. Oh, wait a minute, I missed that. Yeah, I need to port on the cables. Yeah, I got, as a matter of fact, yeah, it's an active USB. It works like a repeater and gives you 25 feet, I think it is. It's in meters. I think it comes out to that. What else? And USB 3.0, the cables themselves are shielded, or that's like going from Cat 3. I mean, from Cat 5 to Cat 6. They're like a twisted pair kind of thing, and there's a lot more shielding. And at the longer distances, there's a lot less loss. So, if you're figuring on revamping, you know, going around and doing stuff like this, even if you're using USB 2.0 cameras, you go with the 3.0 cable for the extra distance, and you don't have the loss. And the thing is, the next time when you decide you're going to upgrade your camera, you've already got the cable for it, and you're out. You spread that expense out. Yeah, I got it. The cables are what's causing me the problem, I think. I think the big reason is because I keep plugging and unplugging them. I'm looking for a scraper. And I don't see one. Well, if all else fails, that's the reason why I bought one of these. Got a little run out in here. That's alright. I got a few staples that bent too. When you're using wood glue, oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that. I know we talked about it and everything like that and BS with it, but, you know, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to be a high-tech redneck over here. The streaming part, I have fought with this streaming. Oh, man. And everything kind of started to come into place, and then all of a sudden I'm getting camera problems. I still think it's cabling. It's definitely cabling, but I also think it's heat. Like I said, I knocked the heck out of I got this Able Grid. Boy, it's a real nice little camera. Like a GoPro. It's got really good picture quality, except when it gets hot. Then it goes down to tubules. Quick, too. Holy buckets. It gets up to above 90 degrees in here. It doesn't last long. But that's because cameras generate heat. Run a stream, or, you know, run run a test or whatever for about 30 minutes and grab the head of that camera. Woo! And it's like anything else. Especially, it's a lot like CPUs. Some CPUs will take the same number. You know, it just happens to be whatever silicone's in there. They will take more heat than other CPUs will, and that's one of the things about overclocking is the heat portion. And what AMD did with this last one is they kind of genericed it out so that it starts to throttle down, heat throttle for everything at about the same temperature. And that might not have been a good idea. Of course, you never know. I still think that even though they say that all of them can be clocked and everything, I still think that they're going to come out with a black edition. I really do. Alright, I got this, and I got 2 nails. I got a dress. And this will be pretty good. I'll let this set up. Oh, okay, cool. Hiya, Mr. Squid. How are you today? Are you on lunch now? Is it that? Oh, wow, it's late. It's that late already. It's lunchtime. Went by pretty fast. All I did was play around with this. Then again, I got a late start too. That's because I was out playing on school night. One of the things I found out is that I taped the one that I'm having a problem with the worst. Oh yeah? Oh, so now you're just kind of hanging around scratching and belching, huh? Oh, you did? Oh yeah! You gotta check out the Discord. Matter of fact, I think I put that one up as a command on his site, so we can pop it out every once in a while on stream if I remember what the heck it was. That, and I did the one with the kickback. Last night I couldn't sleep, so I ended up, you know what, I'm gonna fill these. And I'm going to do it the Iggy way. Last night I ended up doing, I couldn't sleep, so I took the one with the kickback, and I kind of picked it out a little bit, and ran a couple slow-mos and stuff like that, so it's a little bit longer video. It's kind of grainy, but it's not too bad. That's a good educational piece. It showed a lot. Cause the other thing is, you figure my microphone cuts a lot of the noise off. It's a pretty good noise canceling mic, and you can hear. I forgot which color that was. I think it was green. You can hear that thing pop through the microphone very loudly. It's like, whoa! These in are pretty tight. It's not wanting to come out. Nope. not wanting to come out. Oh no. So we go to plan C. Or should we say plan B and a half? B and 3/4? Oh, here's another one. Oh, here's an epoxy one. We'll show that one in a little bit. I need to make a home for all these gloves. They're getting in the way. That's my normal workbench. Before I pulled all the stuff off that other thing, that was kind of empty. I need that, and I need a pair of diagonals. Go hit up my dollar store diagonals here. I got a pair here somewhere. There they go. I don't even know if these are going to cut these nails. It's on a $1.25 store. Oh, hey, yeah, it worked. Put this back a little bit. I don't know why. And those are Hitachi nails. They're supposed to be pretty good nails. I shot a couple of them in on an angle, but not those. Those I was shooting straight. Where the heck did I put it? Here it is. My sharps thing. Alright, I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see that? No, you can't. Alright. And the overhead's locking up on me again. Oh no, it didn't. Alright. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, that's a good angle too. Let's go back. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at it. It's I bought a 250 foot piece and I cut it in half, so it's about 125. And it's about 15 feet too long. But I figured I'm going to end up, because it runs underneath doors and stuff like that, I figured it's going to end up needing to be cut a few times. You know, it'll be repaired a few times. So gee. Hand stuff's louder than the machinery. This is a very aggressive file. I probably got, no, an 1.25 inches. Yeah, I probably should have went with like a 3/4 inch nail. It wouldn't travel so far. But they hold good. I'm real surprised. These Hitachis have, I think they got something on them like a cement coated nail is. That's good. You get it down, I get it down to where it's kind of like even with the wood. Then when I run the sander over it, it doesn't damage the sandpaper. And it'll sand right down and be even with the wood. It's just getting it down to that point. You know, I think my bot's not working. And I didn't have any problems with that Stream Talker to the last set of updates. But I updated everything. I mean, everything ended up getting updated. So I don't know what the heck's going on. Well, let me see. Yeah. I thought. Let's reload it and see what happens. Voice meet. That's right. Alright, let's try that. Oh yeah. It's coming up that it's a raid. Try it again. Try it again. I gotta restart it. Either that or my voice meter's playing with me. No, it should be doing okay. Every once in a while, Stream Talker gets its snitch up going here. And now I've gotten to the point, I'm kind of spoiled with that. Alright, there we go. Let's see. See if it works this time. Yeah, now we're talking. Now we're stream talking. Doggone it. Let's see, that's this one here. I got that set kind of high. Got this one, need to raise a little bit. I can't hear it for some reason. There we go. Alright, we're back in beeswax. Sorta. Sorta, maybe, kinda, almost. There we go, okay. This is the thing about, I haven't done much of it, but woodworking has got a lot of, even when you're using tools, you still got to use hand tools, and there's a lot of fitting and fixing and other things, especially because I'm using, well, I'm not using probably, I probably wouldn't have had, shooting these two I would have had a problem with anywhere I looked at it, but I probably wouldn't have had to fill in and wanting to sand all that stuff down if I did went to a different system on it, maybe, you know, put a piece of plywood or something in it. I got this thin stuff. Got this stuff in a kit, and it's funny because it shows up as being wood repair glue is what it was being sold at. That was on oh, what the heck was the name of that place? That's one of those craft stores. And when I got it home, I took it out and it had 6 CA glue, and I mean 6 CA glue, and the activator. Well, the 6 CA glue didn't work. It worked okay, but it didn't soak in, and it left more of a, how you want to say, it left more of a raised portion. And gave me, and it dried almost like Mod Podge. Wouldn't want sand. Whereas this stuff here I bought, I wish I bought more of it. It was on sale. And I'll tell you what brand it is in a second. This is from Hobby Lobby, I think. And I got the standard size is a big, huge thing, or medium is a big bottle. I was looking all the heck for the big bottle of the thin stuff, but they didn't have it. And I was kind of disappointed. Because the thin, I like the thin stuff because it gets inside. It stains the wood. Not the thicker stuff doesn't stain as bad. Oh yeah? This stuff works pretty good. I can't complain. So far. You know, I'm not a wood turner. And there are other ways to fill gaps. When you're talking about this stuff. But it is pretty quick. I was watching some guy doing this. And he was holding his whole project together with CA glue. Like, wow. Oh man, that stuff stinks. Gets hot too, real hot. This activator heats it up a lot more than I thought it would. The method to my madness here is that this has more support, of course, if it's just one solid piece. So I'm thinking if I fill this in and I got the glue, regular glue on the other side, I use CA glue on this side and let it harden up, it's pretty much like if I'd have glued them together. Fill the gaps and everything like that. It'll strengthen up a little bit. Right now they're a little on the saggy side. Which, rule of thumb is, if you're using a plywood, you can get away with a thinner plywood as a shelf bottom or a backing or something like that because it is laminated. Although, I don't know, I had a couple pieces of plywood over there, a ½ inch, that flex worse than these little 1/4 inch pieces. These are also less than a 1/4 inch. Not much, but still. Alright. We'll see how that holds. Give it a little time to curate. And, oh, my fingers aren't stuck together. That's a positive. That activator stinks. I've been looking all over heck to get a spray can of that activator. But I can't find it. But here's the other thing. That activator that's in there, when you spray CA glue with it, I don't know if you can see it. Let me move it over here. Can you see that white? Maybe not. Let's see. Let's go overhead. Zappa Gap, huh? I gotta look into that one. Alright. Yeah, here. See how it's getting that white, bubbly, flaky looking thing? That's just CA glue and whatever it is that fixing it was. So I'm not sure if actually that glue that's on that stuff is not a different formula than CA altogether. But it works. It dries it up pretty quick. I'm still going to give it a little bit more time because I'm that kind of guy. And I am going to have to do sanding and fitting and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and see how it looks. I just don't want to leave it sitting there too long. I might have to vacuum the inside of that thing out. Alright, let's do this one here. I'm gonna have to sit down. I've been standing too long. It's getting hot. Boy, it's getting hot. I'm getting to the point that I need to sit down and get some liquid before I start getting whiny. Whiny. Okay. So there's the cabinet. Came out pretty good. What I really like about this, and I'm still kicking about it, is that this spalted pieces that I put over the top of the plywood. Boy, they look really nice. They're a little wavy and stuff like that, but they do look nice. I was thinking about running it across here and then down. I may still do that. I may do that tomorrow. I'm still thinking about it. Here's the front. So like I said, we still gotta sand it. And it is a tight fit right now, like I said, because it's got to be sanded. Yeah, and I probably got stuff in it. Okay, there we go. Front end wise, it doesn't fit too bad. It's pretty tight fit. That's actually a little bit too tight, probably. This being tight, I had put in the thickness of 2. That's probably about a 1/16 of an inch. Let me sit down. It's probably close to a 1/16 of an inch. And because of wood movement, swelling, and all that kind of stuff, it picked up that 1/16 of an inch. But when I get done sanding down the, I'm real sure that it's because of the. I'm looking at it, and there's a little bit of discrepancy in the reveal on the piece of facing. So after I get done sanding that down and everything like that, it'll fit good. Oh man, hand sanding that. Or if I go in, well, it'll have to be hand sanded. But I bet you after I get done sanding all the glides and everything like that, it'll work pretty smooth. The other 2 doors that I did on that other cabinet last week, they come out real nice. Then I added a little bit of wax just to help it along. Now I got to be careful so I don't pull it out all the way. So they slide real good. Technically, that's the back side of the cabinet, because, or it's the front side is where all the switches and stuff will be for the planer. So this way, I just slide it through. Most of the chips are sent out the back. So this way, it cuts down the number of wood chips and stuff that I have going back into the shelving. I could put doors on it maybe. But I don't want to mess with that door stuff.
What's the point of making
I know, what is that?
with a dabble in a couple of pretend ones? I guess they
Hey,
all
what
know
is
the
that?
difference when it comes to space. You're either leaving me alone or all up in my face. And lately with the way that things are
Well, that's
going,
gotta go.
I don't taste the sugar in your words for me to give
Where's
a
my,
shit about what you say. Yup.
Where's it at? I was doing blues and R&B and everything like that, and I kept getting kicked, kept getting tossed. So I come up to the point, it's like, well, I'll do the Twitch music library. And, save to my music. I ain't saving that to my music. Okay, here we go. This might be better. And the other bad part is I can't kick it out. That's considered rock. Where am I at here? I'd rather have the Mario stuff than this. Here, let's go try to find something else. Yeah, kiss that one. Here, let's try this one. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm not a big rapper here, guys. That's actually, they listed that as rock and roll. Yeah. Rap asterisk. Yeah, I'm not a big rapper. There we go. Okay. Let me go sit down. This has got a little bit better music for a while. This one here doesn't take all day. I'd rather have my big bands. But like I said, I get tossed on that all the time. Heck, I even got tossed on YouTube. Normally I don't mess with you. I got hit like 2-3 times. There are names of people I never heard of before. So I don't know. What are you gonna do? I'm just looking at that. You know, it's one of these things. It's like, you know, there's so much that I look at this and it's like, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do that. You know, I make it do this to make it prettier and this, that, and the other. But it's in the shop. It's a shop, basically just a tool stand. I think I need to just kind of sand it down, get it to where it's functional and it's not gonna hurt anybody with stuff, and get it out of here and do something else. Heck, we worked on this thing almost a week already. Jan saw this thing yesterday for the first time when she came home, and she was kind of impressed. She liked that. Said she wished we had room in the kitchen for something of that style. I think if I was going to put it in the kitchen, I definitely would be using screws. I'd be just gluing it and snapping it with some Bradleys. I've got to make... I don't know how I'm going to do that either. Too much math. One of my projects in the near future is going to be a stand, a knick-knack stand that's about the same style as my clamp rack, except I'm going to make it straight on the back. I'm going to put that 7-degree angle on the front, but the footprint, and that one's 5 foot tall, which is right about the size that she wants. But I don't know if that, I think that's 2 foot. It's got a 2 foot footprint, 2 foot by something. And I think it's too big a footprint. think it's got to be about 6 inches narrower, or not narrower, but not as deep. But I like it being deep like that. I don't know. I'm kicking around. It's a pretty nice style. If I use a little bit, I use good wood and everything like that, it'll come out pretty good. That one doesn't look too bad. And I didn't fit it that close. I also put the top end in backwards. So consider I screwed that one up when I built it. Didn't come out too bad. And it'd probably be about 10 pounds lighter if I wouldn't put all those screws in it. Well, I'll tell you what. We are to the point. I'm going to show that off. We are to the point that I'm going to start sanding. And I don't think you guys want to get bored with watching me run a sander. Although I should show my sander off. Let's show this off. This is kind of cool. This is a Bench Dog brand of those kind of, that brush I was showing. And this is actually, some of this is wood glue and some of this is epoxy. And it's been in there, it's been sitting on my bench for about a week. It actually works better when it's a week. And so I get kind of like the seal off of it. See, like that. And then we break it loose a little bit. And we bring it up. There it is. Another pile of glue. Oop, I got a little left over here. And I'll tell you, this picking's kind of therapeutic. You know, you get a couple of these built up when I'm on a gluing frenzy. And I'll come in here the next day and I'll just sit down and I'll pick on these while I'm contemplating where I'm at on my project and where I want to go with my project. And it's a nice way to keep your fingers fidgeting while you're doing thoughts. So it's thought-provoking. Okay, so let's pull this out. I gotta put this back up on a... No, let's do something else. Before we do that, let's go ahead and round some of this stuff off on that drawer. Get the sharp edges off, since I got the round over on this. And since I know that once I get the camera aimed up, you can actually see that. And I'm going to go to the back side this time. Make a little hole. Have I got enough cable? Hey, give me some cable. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I can't go nowhere. That's just from yesterday and today. That's it. Okay, now we were talking last time we talked about this. We talked about direction, feed direction, and that's because this bit spins this way, and you want to push against the bit instead of pushing with the bit. Pushing against the bit is called a standard cut. Pushing it backwards is called a back cut. Sometimes a back cut is a good thing, but it's also a more dangerous cut because you can lose control of what you're doing. And I'm glad that this is a cheap bit, because I'm gonna be hitting nails on this thing like it's going out of style. Maybe not. I got a little carried away with the nails. Normally I don't put them that close to the edge. Okay. So let's fire this up. Make some noise. Now this is dirt. Let's do the bottom first. Got a little bit of tear out. Catching on something. Now as you can see, it's got it rounded over. It's got a little bit softer look, and the sharp part, which is where if you nick it or something like that, you got a chance of getting a splinter loose, it's been eliminated. I turn around, I hit that with a sander and sand it all down, and it'll look a little smoother. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the inside here. And a router, the router is probably one of the dustiest things. Hope I got enough room. I should have. Alright, let's fire it up and try it again. There, I got them all. Yeah. You know that sound, huh? Me too. A little bit tear out here, not too bad. But see how it gives it a little. You sand it all down, it'll come out. Hit that knot. But see how it gives it a little bit more, like a softer feel to it. I should have done these sides first, the end grain first, and then you pick it up where it chip out on the bottom. Let's do the outside. Whoa. Come on. It keeps catching in that groove. This is almost big enough. I could have run my a little hand machine on it. I want to do it that way. Glue plod. There we go. I don't want to run it across these edges. I'll do that by hand. But see, it's rounded off, and it gives it that softer feel. There's a little spot right here that I didn't want to cut. Let's see if I can hit that, give that another pass. Yeah, see, it cleaned it up. It's a lot better now. That's one of the problems with the Ryobi. Now I want to do that with this one. I'm gonna round over all the edges and then sand it down. That'll be fun. I don't have a way of putting this. Let me make a little room here. Do I need that gun? No, I don't think I need a gun anymore. I don't need a gun anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll up the air hose, get it out of the way. Turn the air compressor off, which surprisingly it hasn't kicked on. I don't know what the deal is with that all of a sudden. Because I disappear out of camera shot. I used to wind these up by hand, you know, just kind of like wrap them around my arm, disconnect them from the compressor. And not too long ago, I bought this hose reel from Harbor Freight. I've got 100 yards. I've got 100 feet of hose. And what I was doing is I was rolling up. I was only using 50 foot at a time. That's all I need here is really all I need here is about 25 feet. So I put a whole 100 foot on that roller. So this way, if I need to get out in the driveway and that, I just strip it all off the roller and I got the space for it. But when I'm doing in here, I just deploy, you know, pay out whatever I need and call it a day. I guess I'm gonna have to clean the shop up a little, huh? Since everybody isn't happy with my footprints. But I'll be honest with you, the dirtiest machine I have here is probably this router. It throws stuff all over the place. Okay, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do the top first. There's gonna be a whole lot of little nooks and crannies. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a hand router. The little one. If I remember where I put it. Yeah, he's a sweeper, isn't he? I sure as heck ain't gonna hire Iggy's monkeys. So they're kind of lousy at it. I took it apart and then I put it back together again and I set it down. And after I set it down, I was like, gee, I don't remember where I put it. Oh man, I didn't put the bit in it. Oh jeez. I'm always cleaning. Yeah. Yeah, he proved it by when he was on stream. I don't sweep much. I let the vacuum cleaner do it. Yeah, I don't use the broom stuff. I use a vacuum cleaner. I don't I let the machine do it. Yeah, we'll go through that soon. There we go. I don't want the corner of the blade to be sticking out because that'll give me like a little OG to it. So I protect that. Now all I'm doing is I'm just putting a little bit of a roundel around the edges. And then wherever it tears out, I'll sand off. Hopefully it's tight enough it won't slip. That's the only problem I have with this Harbor Freight one. Is it slips from time to time. So I gotta be careful with it. I got another one. I got another bigger router that was originally in there, and it only does 1/4" bits. I should bring that out. But this one's actually pretty convenient. And I just realized that you guys didn't see me hooking this up. Okay, here we go. More noise. More noise and more dust. Hit a nail, hit a screw head. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this one because the screw head's too close. Oh, it don't matter. This is a lousy bit anyway. Wow. I thought I was going to hit that screw head. I got a couple nails I gotta work on here. One that's in the way. Yeah, there it is. Get it out of there. For what we need it for. Okay. So we rounded the top off. And it's a little bit easier this way, you know, it's not hooking on stuff when it's coming off and stuff like that. As I'm holding a spinning sharp object, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and I'm going to lay this down. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to round the corners off. I don't care too much about the bottom. See where you can see. Okay. Oh. There's a screw head right here. So I'm going to try to avoid that screw head. Well, okay. I guess I'm not going to avoid that screw head. Or the other one. It's not a carbide bit, thank goodness. It'll be a dull bit by the time I get done here. There we go. And it cuts right through them screw heads. Yeah, that's most of that chips, but there's a lot of tear out in this. This bit's been run into more than its share of screw heads. There we go. This is not my real good roundover bit, as you can tell. But it rounds them out, sand it down, it'll smooth it out. And you can see, I'm looking at it over here, there's not much tear out. It's actually a pretty smooth cut considering it's a crummy bit. It was a good bit when I started it. There's probably a little bit of tear out. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I like to throw sparks. Kind of spices up the feed. Oh. That's because I was going. Yeah, I'm sitting here poking and pointing. You can't see nothing. All these screws I put real close to the edge to hold this right angle in. Normally I don't do that. Normally I put in staples. Or not staples. Put little brad nails in it. I don't know why I did that this way. This time. Oh, this is the one that's going to be fun. Because I'm going to round all this stuff out on the inside and along the outside. And then here on these, I'll just do that with the sander. And I'll bring them down and mold them into the rest of it. I could go ahead and go and put in, put pieces in and fill it in. I think I'm going to leave it just like that, just for the shop. The roundover part and sanding is actually kind of like a safety thing. Like I said, so this way you don't hit at the end of this like with a fingernail or something like that and get a sliver. Let's see what we can do here. See, there's a raise on this, so I'm going to lose some of it. That's okay, because I can round that over by hand. This thing get this thing to hold level. It won't be so wavy looking. Yeah, if I'd put all this stuff on it and I round it over, it would have gone continuously around. But I got a real good sander, 80 grit. I'm getting real good at matching round over. I think this way goes closer. Yeah, Kraft. Have a good day at work. Catch you later. I'm going to finish this up, and I think I'm probably going to call it a day. So I just realized it's getting a little warm in here. It's about 5 degrees cooler down low. Wow. That's actually coming out pretty good. When I did a flush cut bit, it made it flush with the shelving, and then now the round over makes it look like it's actually just kind of like molding into it. And then of course I'll finish any of the places where the round over won't work with the router. I'll just do by hand. Use a sander. That may be enough to help that fit a little easier. Okay. Woo. That boy was screaming. Oh, wait a minute. I got a couple other pieces yet. I got this outside to do on both sides. Did I do this side already? No. All right. A little more screaming, guys. Smoothing up, but it'll be alright. These will probably be the hardest ones to do, to fit that in like that. The rest of this will fit in pretty easy. Oh, let's just scratch the back of that cabinet up. Why not? What the heck? I don't know though, there's probably enough sawdust on it that it's just working. That's working like a lubricant on it. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Like this is where you find every little imperfection. Every place where you didn't put screw in far enough. Or you got something that's slipped by and it's just a little bit on the proud side. Alright, there we go. Routing is messy and noisy. Alright. Now I definitely gotta sit down. Oh, man. Oh. This system's dropping frames. Not doing too bad though. Not using much of the CPU. I bet you it's cranking the heck out of that GPU though. Whoa! Yeah, I'm pretty sure my my GPU is throttling right now. That's the hottest I've seen these. My CPU is running at 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 36 degrees Celsius. My GPU is running at 49 degrees Celsius, which is 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's running at about 23%. So I'm pretty sure my GPU does. Actually, my other one's not too bad. That's the hottest that I have seen this. You have to remember that the ambient temperature out here is 90 something degrees. Where's my phone? It's 85 degrees outside with real high temperature, with real high humidity. So inside the shop, with the sun beating on it and everything like that, it's probably in the 90s. So this is probably only running between 5 and 10 degrees above on that. And my GPU, it doesn't actually have a it doesn't even have a fan on it. I ended up kind of building a fan for it. But yeah, it's getting a little warm. Stuff inside's getting warm. I'm gonna save up my money and upgrade the video card in a couple of the machines we got. That's not too bad. Sand it down, smooth it out, it won't look too bad at all. Here. And the lighting's getting a little crappy. Because it's real bright outside. Boy, it's bright. So I'm glad I know which one the front is the front. See, now, because I rounded it over and I brought everything all up out of the way, where over here there was a little bit of sag when I did the other cutter. This door, it fits real good. Sand it down a little bit and it'll be pretty smooth. Turn around and put a coat of wax on it and be like, look out. I'll probably sand this down a little bit and, fix the reveals up. Because the reveal right now on some of these is a little off. But that's normal with a router. You take a router and sand it down a little bit from there. I need to smooth the top out anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do with the top. Now there is not, it looks like when you're looking at this, it looks like this thing's bowing this way. It's not, it's flat. That's actually an optical delusion I'm getting from this camera. This is a C525 or whatever it is. It's got a little bit of it's something with the lens in it. And I know that's particular to that lens. It could be from the heat tube. Let me see what this one does. Let's go to the overhead. I bet you ain't my stupid overhead don't work. It probably quit working. Oh, there it is. See, but it's moving slow. I'm dropping frames real bad. And the funny part is I'm sitting here and it says it's dropping frames. I'm using less than 2% of the CPU. So I may yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's kind of wild. It's got some nice grain to it, I'll tell you. It looks like a bird in there, but not here. Over here, this part, if you look at this part right here, it looks like an alligator with a real low eye. When I look at it, other places, no. I'm running I'm running this on hardware acceleration. I'm thinking out loud here. I'm running this on hardware acceleration. I got a funny feeling that GPU I got probably isn't enough to keep up with what I got going on. So I may drop down and go into software acceleration and see what happens. When I was running software acceleration before, for the graphic portion, I wasn't dropping any frames. But I was using like 65% of the GPU or the CPU, and the GPU was on like 2. See, but that don't make sense either, because this doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand this. It's running hot. It's dropping frames off and on. And according to this, I'm only using like 25% of the GPU. Something's not right. Let me sit down. Ugh. Something just ain't right here with that. What's wrong with that picture? Oh man, it will make me get up to do a link. Here we go. Oh. Yeah. I watched them build one of them. They call it an aquarium PC. That guy's out of business. He don't make those anymore. But he made all the equipment for that. There's the guy that was making all that. I think it's Linus. Linus TV, Linus Text. It's Linus, not Linux. Anyway, yeah, it's Linus. And I follow him on YouTube. And they built one of them a couple years ago. And when they were talking about it, the guy quit making them and went out of business. Well, hey, thanks, 11. I appreciate it. We're getting along on this cabinet here. I'm about ready to where I'm going to sand it. I probably won't do that tomorrow. Like I said, it's getting warm in here. It come out pretty good. Sand it down, Coda. Yeah, how you doing, 11th? You having a good day today? Ours went pretty good today. Didn't have a whole lot of problems. Looks like it snowed over here with all the footprint stuff. I'm gonna have to vacuum the place up. Since Iggy's monkeys won't come down here from New York. So I don't know. It doesn't come out too bad. So So here's the plan for the weekend, because I'm going to be shutting down soon. As soon as I get a second breath here. I'm going to try to move this stuff, some of the cameras in, hopefully, and get Jan's laptop working. Sunny Not Runny. Sunny Not Dunny. Oh, I don't know. Wouldn't that used to be Sunny Not Runny? Or Funny Not Runny? Oh, are you? I'm sorry. Well, we might have some video on Jan's site for you to look up and check out on your lonely days when you don't have nothing to watch. Cause I'm gonna get her to stream. She needs to get some stream time in. I'm gonna push that laptop. I'm gonna see if it's gonna work, how well it's gonna run. I need to update OBS on it. So I'm gonna try to get her to stream at least once or twice this weekend. And then I'm gonna be back Monday. Monday's gonna be a no dust Monday for sure because I didn't do laundry this week. So I may do laundry and clean up, which is it's just another noisy thing, you know. But I might have the footprints picked up by Monday. And we'll kind of zip around and visit while I'm doing laundry. Maybe we'll cut it down a couple cameras. I might be pushing it with 3 cameras. I don't understand that because I'm not tearing up the memory either. I think it's just getting hot in here. I think it's just getting hot out here. I may have to turn my cooling fan up. Get the air flowing a little bit better. Because I got it run on low. And it was... Or it could be... You know what else it might be? Maybe I need to pull it out and blow out the heat sinks. Maybe I'm getting a little sawdust in here and it's migrating through. But this thing worked rock solid. I don't think it's... No, it's not. It's at... Where's that? It's at 36C, which is like 96 degrees, which is nothing. But my GPU is at 49C, which is at 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm pretty sure that the GPU is starting to throttle. Because when the last update that we did, it put this on hardware acceleration, and I don't think I got enough of a video card to run it. I got a GeForce. It's like a 4 something or 5 something. It's one of those $59, $69 specials. And it didn't even have a cooling fan on it. I put a PC slot cooling fan and I got it set up so that it's sucking air across the heatsink and out the back of the machine. And until the last couple of days it was running pretty good, but I was only using probably about 3 to 5% of the GPU. Now it's running at 25%, which still running at 25%. That means I got a lot of GPU open, and it's dropping frames pretty bad. So maybe next stream I'll turn around. I'll go back in there and see if I can find the software acceleration and run it through the software accelerator. And then figure out a way to get like a 1060 or 1070 in here. That's nothing. Could be. I don't think on the GPU. because I put the I built the GP. I built this machine, and I know that there's enough thermal paste on it, but it's also got a stock cooler. Well, no, it's got a race cooler in it, and that race cooler holds it real good. And 36C for a chip isn't that bad. Heck, they get them up to 50. This thing, when it's coasting, when I'm not doing nothing, and it's, you know, normal springtime kind of deal where it's like, you know, in the 60s and 70s, that GPU will be down in the teens. I got an Atheron Black, and that one I got a Cool Master, one of them little towers on it, and that one runs hotter than this thing does. And this one's 95 watt, and my dual core is 95 watt, and I max that. I run that. Oh man, I run that full dual core like it's going crazy, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't stream with it, but I do a lot of video rendering and stuff like that with it. That's kind of like my backup machine. I set that up as I set it up more like a server, but I use it to render video sometimes. I do a lot of uploads with it too. This way it frees up my other one. And that's nothing. Jan went and bought it. They came from Best Buy. And their PC, the big name, the big computer, PC something or other, big name computer. And she bought them. She goes, "Oh, they're a gaming computer. We'll get that. They're $500 a pop." So they came in, and I put Jan's in together, and it was running fine. It ran fine from the beginning. I put mine in, and I got 2 days of it running good, and then the thing starts crashing. Turn around and find out that somewhere along, either in the board or something, it wouldn't regulate. Normal voltage for that thing is 1.25. Somewhere along the line, I had to manually program it in to run with the 1.25 volts. Then I couldn't use it. There were FX 4300s, the quad core. I think those were bulldozers. Well, once you turn around and you manually put a voltage in it, you can't use the boost. And so I was stuck there with the stock, and it had a stock cooler, and then on top of that they put a 7. It's a Radeon. I think it's a Radeon 7 240, which is like a $39 video card. It's like my little dual core had a better video card in it than that did. So I still haven't put in a new video card in it. But I ended up, to make the thing work, I ended up putting in a new power supply on it, and a new and I put in a 6300 because I got those pretty cheap. Put a 6-core in it. It runs good now. It's running pretty good. But that one needs a video card too. I'd like to get my hands on a 1060 or something. 1060 or 1070. I don't need a top of the line card, but I like a little bit better one. But it's streaming. I mean, you know what? I can't complain. You know, it says I'm dropping video on this end, but then when I go to my I download every stream and I run it through my I run it through my video, my movie maker thing. So this way, and then I split it up into like 2-hour segments, hour and a half, 2-hour segments, and then I'll put them back up on Twitch, but I also put them up on YouTube. And I found that if I do a stream and I do it in 2-hour sections, it does, huh? See, that's the thing. This thing says it's dropping frames like it's going out of style, but still, it's running fine. So, I don't know. I'm not going to complain. I'm just picky. The thing about streaming, the thing about everything is I've always been a behind-the-scenes person kind of deal, more than anything else. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Legs. I've always been a behind-the-scenes kind of guy, where I go and my gallon, where I like the mechanics of it. When I was real young, some people probably won't even know that it's there. There's a thing that used to be called I went to Disney World in Florida, and they did we're linking here. GTX 1060. Yeah. Yeah, baby. How much they want for that? That's not a bad price. That's not a bad price at all. I can't do it for a while though. I'm still paying off the computer. If I tell Jan I need a new one, ain't gonna work. I gotta wait. We're gonna have to live with this, guys. I'll see what I can do with the software, because I got a lot more. Yeah. If I move fast, it doesn't keep up with it. And I'm real sure that that's the, what do you call it? But MSI, that's the one. I've been looking at that one. They have, they got the same style, color, and everything in 260, 270, and 280. They got it here. 1060, okay, 1070. And a 1080. See, this is it. With the 6 gig, yeah. Yeah. They don't have the 3 gig anymore, do they? Oh, that's a little one. The single fan. Uh-oh. No, XSplit killed me. Oh man. There's a few things about XSplit. A lot of it is automatic, a lot of it shifts on the fly, but it uses probably twice as many resources. Let me go turn that air compressor off. There we go. It uses twice as many resources as OBS does. And I've only been running this. This is the new version of OBS, and it's only been out, yeah, I don't know, a couple days. Well, I've only had it for a couple days, and but like a few streams, and I gotta tweak it. Yeah. Let me get this changed over here. Maybe. Do everything? No. There it is. Okay. This cup. Why did I get it situated? The company that makes this Buc-ee's, is a thing in Texas. And it's a truck stop, not for truck drivers. It's for like, it's just like a truck stop. I mean, you buy everything in it. And I use these all the time in Florida, because I just fill it up and I can go the whole stream, and it's like an all-day sucker, you know, because I can't drink that much at one time anyway. If you have a really hot gaming rig, it works fine. And some machines, XSplit, it's like some machines love XSplit, and other machines hate it. When I was streaming. You think this is bad? I was streaming. I started out with a little. It was a quad-core little tablet. I got it laying around here. Jan, we use it to read chat and stuff like that when the two of us are working together. And that was it. I had that, and I actually was using 2 cameras. And it only had a gigabyte of RAM. So it was stripped. It was real plain. There wasn't a whole lot of the extra goody stuff running around, music and all that stuff. And I could get it to run on OBS, and it dropped frames every once in a while, but it streamed. I would get an hour of streaming out of it, and then the Wi-Fi internally would get hot and crash. So then we went, and I've got a couple of, we have dual channel Wi-Fi in here, and and I got a couple of dongles. One's for her laptop, and the other one was for, I was eventually going to use it out here in the garage, so I got one of them. And I put it on there, and it worked real good, but still, it'd take an hour, and then the Wi-Fi would get hot, and either something in the Wi-Fi would get hot, and I'd lose communications. So I put XSplit in it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Jan was running XSplit when we first started this, or when I first started getting Jan into this. My kiosk, which I don't know if you guys have seen. I know you guys have probably seen this, but I like to show it off anyway because I can. Maybe. Here we go. Alright, let me turn the pole camera on. Ain't gonna get a butt shot when I stand up in it. My lighting's kind of crappy now too. Here, let's just go to straight pole cam. You're gonna see my butt otherwise. There we go. See? Anyway, I built this thing, and the PC's in there. Everything. I even got a camera up on the top on a boom, which is the one that you see my ugly mug with. And the idea behind that was that it's on wheels. Was that I would roll it in and out of the garage. Well, it used to work. I mean, it was always okay. It fits through the doors. Everything's fine. Yeah. I better not. I might lose my drawers. These are a little on the large side. I might have to start wearing suspenders. And I get it through the doors, but for some reason the wheels just don't like to run. There's the inside of it. Nope. Oh man, I'm crazy. But so it got to the point, yes, I just leave it in the garage, leave it in the shop, and set up my laptop. So I did that. But anyway, I was running OBS because I had all kinds of screens and stuff I was messing with. And with Jan, because she's like in a corner, she only needs like about 3-4 screens. And so we got, when we were running her with 2 cameras, XSplit had enough of scenes to go back and forth to handle it. Unless you pay the licensing, you're limited to 4 screens, 4 scenes. Like here, this is the best way to do this, except I'm going to lose it. You're going to lose it. See here, the way XPS is, or XSplit's basically the same thing, same data and stuff on it. Let me make sure I go to the right cameras. This way, when I do the swap, I don't lose it. Okay, so I just pick over here to have scenes. I just pick it, and it changes it. See? And it just, I don't have to do anything. And XPS is expensive. If you want more of the features, it's like limited. If you want more features, you got to buy it, and it's a couple $100. And so, for me, OBS has been really stable. And right now I'm running at, let me pull my stuff up. Right now I'm running at 26, I'm using 26 to 29% of the CPU. But that's everything. I've got the music, I've got a volume control running, I got the Stream Talker that talks in my ear. Plus I got the bot. I got everything run on the one machine. Whereas, and if I would run XSplit, I would have to run XSplit for streaming, and maybe I could open up a browser to watch, just to check and get chat. And a lot of this other stuff, I probably couldn't run because it grabs so much systems. But I got only like 8 gigs of RAM. Not really. I mean, I don't know everything. That's just based on my experience. And there are other guys that they just love XSplit. And I use it. I've used it, and I use it again. I mean, every once in a while, if I got a machine, like I might put XSplit on my daily driver and set it up a little different and do, I don't know, maybe stream games or something. Yeah, right. But for the most part, OBS is kind of like the one that everybody's using. It's free. It's like a shareware kind of thing, or it's the same thing as it's like that free DRM or whatever it is. Let me sit down again. And so what it does is they update it periodically, and sometimes I don't get the updates right. I've got a couple YouTube vids on there. You know who's got a lot of stuff on YouTube is, I think it's on YouTube, is Bonsai. She talks a lot. She talked a lot about this. And she was one of the first, one of the early creative streamers, and she would stream on, I mean, some of the stuff that she was streaming on there it's insane. She's using a laptop now, and the quality that she's getting is really good. I don't know if she's dropping frames or not, but she is. Here it is, and you can't see it here. I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna bite me in the butt. It does every time I do this. Alright, let's put a new one up. I had another scene, but on the other one. How about now? Is that a little better? Uh-oh, wrong audio input. Okay, so now it's working, right? Okay, cool. Alright, good. Alright, so here's basically how it is. Oh man, it's a little bit on the wrinkle side. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. Maybe I'll see a little better, maybe. Oh no, that screws it up because I was wanting to show you what I got going on here. Well, that just don't work here. It'll work. Bear with me. I got the whole screen being captured. See, that's why. I gotta readjust it. Okay, so this is what I see when I'm set up. And I'll bring this up a little bit more. I'll enlarge it. But what this is back behind here is my Twitch with my stream. Oh, cool. Thanks, X. Oh, my twerk. Oh, jeez. Here. Watch this. There we go. See? There we go. Anyway. See? You guys. Anyway. You guys. Anyway. So yeah, here's what I'm looking at when I'm looking. I know where these are at, so I gotta move this. I'll close this a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more. So I got chat set up so this way I can check it. If there's something happens. Nice X. Hi Spidey, thanks for the host. Yeah, right, I did that because I'm doing that because I'm trying to close the thing down. It's like, this is just so you can see. I'm showing. Over here, I'm pretty sure this is doing it. The black with all the numbers is my alright, yeah. Are all my temperatures. So I can keep up what's going on. Thank you. Hi Spidey, how are you? Yeah, we're showing off desktop. This here, and I've got it pretty big, it's going to show up, is Stream Talker. And that's how I can answer you guys when and kind of keep up with chat while I'm working. You know, this way I'm not always stopping. I don't want to be looking up while I'm cutting. There it is. While I'm cutting, I don't want to be looking up and away from the blade. So I can hear what's going on. It's the same thing that Evie's got. Now, and then, to put all this together, I've got this Voicemeeter Banana. That's my input for my, I don't know, are you guys seeing my cursor? I'm not sure. When this is my input, which is my mic, and I set it up, I've got a noise canceller in here, and like when I'm running around with all the machinery and stuff like that, I use the gate, which is this part right here. This one here controls all the sounds coming into you guys that you're hearing. Okay, good. And this is... Uh-oh. Hey! Oh! I'm sitting there going, hey, what's that? Boy, that thing was slow, huh? When Spidey makes her first entrance, that's what happens. Yeah, it's a little slow. Jeez. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, so this thing here, I control everything here. So this way, like if I'm off stream or something like that, I go in and I click mute, or I open up the second one here and it comes through my speakers. This one here is what's coming in for you guys. Now, that old cassette ain't doing nothing. Because it doesn't show up. I usually have that show down on the bottom. And then this is my bot. See, it tells me what's on. Dashboard, different commands, things like that. Which I know, I'm not real good with this yet. So I'm kind of out of it. So I kind of leave this one hidden until it's like, oh, let's go do a raid or something like that. And even that doesn't work good. So, let's see. So when I am streaming, basically I have some form of chat up and I have OSB up. So this way I have control over what's going on and where it's going and yada 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 yada. And then it brings it back. Yeah, I just did, this is like the second one that I did, and it started crashing on me like a booger, boy. But I finally got it. I think I got it. There was a page fault going through, and I really think that I'm gonna try. Maybe Monday, I might pop in and out of stream and see if I can get it to not drop frames as bad. Because right now I'm dropping a lot of frames at 30 feet per second. At 30 frames per second. Whereas before the update on OBS, yeah, and I don't use Nightbot. I was using, as a matter of fact, Jen's still on it. She's on PhantomBot, and that works pretty good. I run that on her machine, on her daily driver. So every time that she does a reset or something like that, I gotta go by and check and make sure that she got it back up. Because she forgets to fire it up. I can't put it in. I can't get it to get into an auto boot, an auto start, or part of the boot up. But yeah. So like I said, I got a lot of junk running. Plus I got the music. But it's, like I said, looking at it, I gotta move it around to look. But all in all, looking at it, there's not a whole lot. It's really not that bad. The GPU. Now my CPU's up to 41 now, so it's getting hot in here. So I might crash. But you know, CPU's at 41. That's not really super bad still, considering it's hot out as it is and everything. And I'll probably blow the system out, or I'll maybe look for a. I'm probably gonna have to look for a bigger cooler. Although I thought that race was gonna do it, because it was sucking good. I'm not gonna water cool it. I'm not gonna put that much money into something like that. Maybe if there's a newer chip, I might, but not this. Heck, this chip is like what, 5, 6, 8 years old. Not the chip, but the technology. But my GPU is what's killing me. I'm kicking up close to 50, so it's it's throttling now. So you know what, guys? I hate to do this, but if my machine's getting that hot, I must be getting pretty hot too. Okay, that sounded bad. So let's go ahead. And does anybody have a suggestion for somebody that we want to go harass? Sorry, X. I gotta cool down. Let's see. We've already harassed Bonsai. Harassing Mr. Rogers doesn't do any good. We harassed Furry Wings yesterday. Hey. Let me check. I'm checking. Hey, how about Axtion? Who else? I missed that. Yeah, we can do Little Blue Box. Ox. I got her. We could harass her. Let's do that. Let me... I haven't figured out how to do it with that. I don't have him on here. See, it's not showing up that it says he's online here. It doesn't. Either that or Tishy Pineapple. Is he on? Is Hack Up Props on? Let's see. See, Hack Up's showing up as... I thought about that. Most probably not. Okay, let's do Hack Up. No, Hack Up's a good idea. Alright, let me copy this down. Alright, I gotta do this way manually. It'll work. Let's see. Well, I hope that's right. There it is. Yeah. Am I still on?
Oh, nice. Are you gonna cosplay?
Wait a minute. I'm getting his audio, and it's overrunning mine. Sweet, I'll see you there. Okay. Okay. What happened was is every time we put raid up, it kills my bot. Wait a second. I gotta get back into settings. I gotta turn my raid off. Alright. Not a raid. Okay, am I there? Can you guys hear me now? Yeah. I don't know why my... Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna host it. Here we go. Maybe. You can hear me? Good. Where the hell is my slide? Well, thanks for coming, everybody. I really appreciate it. Here we go. Okay, thanks everybody. Looking forward to seeing you Monday. Most probably watch out for Jammed. Cool, thank you. Watch out for Jan. She'll be streaming and I'll be harassing. So see you later. Haka Props is an invalid name. What the heck? Here, we'll do it this way. Haka Props. Why won't it do it? HOKUPPROPS. We'll get it. I'm working on it. Slash host. I don't know why it did that. Oh. Okay, so I can't spell. Here, let me steal it. Okay. We're going to try it again. You know, I get paid good money not to spell. Okay, here we go. Thanks, everybody. See you later. Hopefully, maybe this time. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Thank you.
Oh shit! Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome. Yee. How's it going, Spidey? Hello. How's everyone's day going? My name's Chad. I go by Poker Props. I'm a prop maker, and today we're not making props. We're building a soundproof room. So